Dante's Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? Before I talk about Canelo versus Khan, I want to talk about this great boxing documentary that's coming out. It's called Number One in the Nation. It is an excellent documentary. This documentary is going to give you guys an opportunity to see the next Keith Thurmans, Floyd Mayweathers, Oscar De La Hoyas before they reach star status, before you see them fighting on ESPN, HBO, or PBC, whatever it is, before they go to the Olympics. Matter of fact, this documentary is based on the 2016 Silver Gloves. It's one of the most prestigious tournaments in the nation. I mean, it's almost equivalent to winning the Heisman Trophy. When you win this tournament, it's almost guaranteed you go pretty far in the pro rankings. The majority of boxers that actually won this national tournament, they went on to become world champions in the pro rankings. Now, with that out the way, let's go ahead and get into some more boxing talk with Canelo versus Khan. Recently there's been a whole lot of buzz surrounding Amir Khan's new weight that he's rocking for this Canelo fight. As you guys just seen in the clip I just played for you guys, the HBO Canelo versus Khan promo shoot, you'll notice by looking at that clip, Amir Khan, he actually looks bigger than Canelo Alvarez. That was a shock to me. When I seen them both at the press conference, even though Amir Khan was taller, if you just look at their heads, it looked like Amir Khan's head was kind of narrow. And then you look at Canelo's head and it's wide. His face and everything is wide in contrast to Amir Khan. But all of a sudden they take their shirts off and Amir Khan, he surprises everyone and he looks damn near bigger than Canelo Alvarez. So the big question right now is, will this actually help Amir Khan or will it hurt him? Now, one thing we know for certain is no matter how big Amir Khan gets, I don't think you can bulk up a chin. Okay, you may be able to bulk up your body, but you ain't going to be able to bulk up a chin. But the consensus is basically Amir Khan is putting on too much weight and he's going to be too slow against Canelo Alvarez. Now, what I thought was pretty interesting is it was just recently reported that Canelo Alvarez, he said he actually wanted to fight at 154, and it was Amir Khan who decided he wanted to fight at a higher weight, which was an extra pound, at 155, so he could fight for Canelo Alvarez's middleweight title. I thought that was pretty interesting. Amir Khan, he also said maybe he's really a natural middleweight. And obviously, by looking at his frame, you can see that he could easily pack on weight pretty comfortably. I remember when he jumped up from 140 to 147, I was surprised how big he looked when he fought against, Devin Alexander. Amir Khan, he really packed on some muscle in that fight. Now, one thing I think we may be getting a little misconstrued is the fact that when you see Amir Khan in this picture, you automatically say, oh, he's looking a little too chunky or he's looking like he may be just a little too bulky. But you guys have to remember, it's still almost, 2 months before the fight? So, this is like Bradley's weight, 2-3 months before a fight. A month before the fight or 2 weeks before the fight, I think Amir Khan is going to damn near look like a bodybuilder. I really do. I think once he gets into fighting weight, he is going to be chiseled and bulked up. It's obviously possible that Amir Khan putting on this weight, it can slow his speed down. And we all know that Amir Khan's hand speed is his best attribute. But at the same time, the more I think about this, I can't really think of too many fighters that, were known for their speed that, really slowed down when it came to moving up in weight. A couple fighters come to mind when I think of fighters with hand speed moving up in weight. One of the most recent guys I think of is David Haye, because the exact same questions were being asked before David Haye took his last fight. David Haye, he had bulked up 17 pounds, and before his last fight against, I think it was Demori or something like that, whatever his name was. But before that fight, David Haye, he was always known as a blown-up cruiserweight. Even though David Haye has natural power, he still would get in the ring with guys that would outweigh him by 30, damn near 40 pounds. So because of that, he had to rely more on his intelligence and his hand speed than just his power. Once again, the same questions were raised with David Haye before he fought against Demore. With him bulking up an extra 17 pounds, is he going to lose his best advantage or his best attribute, which is hand speed? And David Haye, he went in there, even though he wasn't fighting against Deontay Wilder or Anthony Joshua, he fought against Demore, but he looked extremely impressive. He didn't look any slower. He looked like the exact same David Haye. Another fighter I think about is Chris Byrd. Chris Byrd, for you guys who don't know, he fought in the Olympics at middleweight. I think he fought at 165 or something like that. And when he turned pro, he decided to go all the way up to heavyweight. And get this, he actually ended up winning the heavyweight title. And Chris Byrd, he was quick as hell. Never lost his hand speed. Moved up from middleweight to heavyweight. So because Chris Byrd didn't have a lot of power, he didn't have a whole lot of size, he had to beat guys with his hand speed and his defense, of course. Now, when Chris Byrd first did that, moved up from middleweight to heavyweight, a lot of people thought he was crazy. But Chris Byrd, he said the reason why he did it because he knew that fighting heavyweights, he would be way quicker than them. And he was right. He was quicker than the majority of the heavyweights that he faced. He put on all that weight, way more weight than Amir Khan, by the way, and he never lost his hand speed. And then you have fighters that, of course, on another level, and the situation may be just a little different, but then you have fighters like Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather, who moved up multiple weight classes and never lost their hand speed. Roy Jones comes to mind as well. He started at, middleweight, went all the way up to heavyweight, and when he fought against John Ruiz and won the title, he didn't look like he had lost any of his hand speed. And we're talking about a 200-pound Roy Jones Jr. So with that all being said, I don't think Amir Khan is going to lose a whole lot of hand speed. That doesn't guarantee he'll win the fight. It doesn't even prove he'll win the fight. But I have a feeling Amir Khan is going to go in the ring feeling more like a junior middleweight than a blown-up welterweight. I just have a feeling he will. And I believe this fight is going to be competitive for as long as it lasts. Now, this doesn't change my opinion on the fight when it comes to Canelo Alvarez choosing to fight a welterweight when he could have fought the real fighters at 154. He just admitted that he was willing to fight Canelo Alvarez or Amir Khan at 154. Why didn't he fight the best fighters at 154? Demetrius Andrade, Jamal Charlo, Jamel Charlo. Those are the guys that Canelo Alvarez really should have been facing. Once again, as far as I'm concerned, this is almost lose-lose for Canelo. This is win-win for Amir Khan because Amir Khan is still a heavy underdog. So if he goes in there, if Khan were to lose, people already expect him to lose. Once again, the middleweight champion is fighting against a welterweight who's not known for having a great chin. You know, there are many different scenarios that favor Amir Khan. Then you have a situation where Amir Khan, he can hang in there for a while. He can lose the fight, but he can expose Canelo Alvarez. Maybe he lands a good shot, staggers Canelo. Maybe he knocks him down and still gets knocked out in the process or lose in the process. But then that becomes a moral victory for Amir Khan. And last but not least, what if Amir Khan pulls off the upset? I mean, anything is possible in the sport of boxing, right? But I'm just saying, this is a win-win situation for Amir Khan, win, lose, or draw. It really is. But what Amir Khan's biggest problem is, his biggest downfall in this fight is the fact that unlike Floyd Mayweather, because Amir Khan, he keeps talking about he's been looking at the Floyd Mayweather blueprint to beat Canelo. Unlike Floyd Mayweather, Khan is not really known for having great head movement, waist movement. Khan's defense is with foot movement. He moves around the ring, but he doesn't really move his head, and that's why he always gets knocked out. Because he'll move around, and then when he opens up, he has his head sticking way up, and he usually gets clipped. So that's what he's going to have to work on if he wants to have a chance of winning this fight. Now, going back to the weight thing, I think it's pretty ironic because if you look at Amir Khan in that picture, in the green screen and everything, he looks bigger than Cotto did when he fought against Canelo Alvarez. I mean, just remember, say whatever you want to say about Danny Garcia, but Amir Khan, he was outboxing Danny Garcia until he got clipped. So this is why I want to see if Khan will be able to outbox Canelo Alvarez at all in this fight. Even if he did it for 3 rounds, it would be impressive. So we'll see what happens. That's all I got for now. I'm on to the next one.